Good morning. So well, Morocco, day one. I'm trying to think what's the best way to describe it really is. It's obviously it's a different world. So we everything was all right. Felt fine. Like obviously people want to come and try and sell you stuff, but that's fair enough. You don't mind that. It's sort of you come to expect that. But obviously we tidied the camper out. We then emptied all the stuff out, and we put like a carry bag full of rubbish outside. And then one of the guys was like, "Oh, is this rubbish?" I said, "Yeah, it's rubbish." He then proceeded to start going through the bag and taking stuff out like coat hangers and all that sort of stuff. And then his mate came and just I felt maybe a bit upset, really, a bit sad, because when you think of all the sort of how flippant you are with stuff and stuff that you would just naturally throw away or whatever, and for them it was like, you know, it's probably on sale on the market now as we speak or whatever. And one of them was like a couple of like onesies and stuff like that Rory's growing out of. One of them was a Santa one, probably the only Santa onesie in the whole of Morocco. So the plan today is we're going to have a walk around the Medina and stuff like that. Maybe we're going to have a look at the harbour, and then we're going to head south, and perhaps go on a campsite for a couple of days. It's been an intense sort of first 18 hours in Morocco or whatever. It's an experience. It's definitely an experience. We're going to leave Asila now. We've been around this morning, we've had a right eventful morning, but I'll show you the inside of the Medina because we had a tour this morning, and I'll tell you about the rest after. It's been a right wild morning. So during the tour we learned quite a lot about the Medina from our tour guide, who at this moment in time we didn't quite realise that he was a tour guide. It was only at the end when he said that we owed him 800 dirham that we sort of understood quite what was going on. We thought we might have just been a friendly guy showing us around. But essentially some of the great things which he'd showed us was the fact that as part of the Medina, there was a synagogue, one of only 5 synagogues in the whole of Morocco. There's still around 5 Jewish families that remain in the Medina. There's also a Jewish graveyard. There's also a Catholic church. So Asila caters, or has catered in the past, for all religions. And for those of you that have ever played video games before, it felt a little bit like being in one of the games of Assassin's Creed. And now came one of the first unnerving moments when a guy approached the tour guide and asked him for change, but the guy swiftly sent him away, and he advised us to keep well away from this person because he is a known pickpocket and a known thief and a known mugger. I haven't got any change. He then asked me to call Lisa over as quickly as possible, who was away taking photographs of yet more doors. Babe?
Because this way we did is not from here, and I see her ice is not very.
So a little bit shaken, we carried on with the tour, still not having any idea of what was to come a little bit later on.
So we just had a tour of the Medina from a guide, and it's a really scary moment where a guy just jumped off his bike and grabbed the Medina by his throat, and yeah, basically tried to square go the guy. And I was quite I was really worried because Rich had Rory in the baby carrier, and I didn't know what to do because the guy was so small and frail, and I really wanted to help him, but at the same time we've got a 5-month-old baby, and it just didn't seem appropriate that we got involved, so we kind of kept walking. But I was really worried for the guy, and then like 5 minutes later he just appeared by our side as if nothing had happened, but kind of shook us up a bit.
It was absolutely mental. Just on our way to the site now, we're gonna head into a supermarket to get some stuff for the next couple of days. It's a supermarket called Marjane, a bit like Marlene but Marjane. And sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but a supermarket in Morocco and Africa is very, very, very similar to any other supermarket that we've been throughout Europe. Very similar to European supermarkets, apart from this wild selection of meat which looked like something off I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. So it's night 2 draws us to a close. It's been a very, very interesting day today, and probably a little bit like what I expected Morocco to be like. So we had we wanted to go for a walk around the Medina, which was absolutely fine. Some guy ended up coming with us, and that ended up costing us 450 dirham because he said that he was our tour guide and he told us the price before and all that sort of stuff, which he didn't. He definitely didn't, but that's one of those things. On the way round, some guy pulled up to him on a bike, attacked him. So obviously I had Rory in his baby carrier, so I had to just walk off and leave the little guy. It was only a rinky-dink guy. So we got back, paid the guy, put up with that, and then we thought, right, this is it now, let's head a bit further south. So we set off for this campsite that we're on now, but we were warned about what the drivers were like in Morocco, and this is exactly probably the reason as to why. You know, there's a roundabout which has 2 lanes, it's 4 deeper people all around the outside. It's tough. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, I feel like I've not been able to settle, perhaps, I know that it might just be me, it might just be perception or whatever, but I don't feel like I've been able to settle as much as if I was perhaps in Spain, or if I was in France, Portugal, all the other places that we've been. But we knew what we were letting ourselves in for. We knew that it was going to be a little bit more rugged. But let's have a look at the campsite now, so you can see where we're going to spend. We're booked on for 2 nights. There's 120 dirham a night, which is about £12. That includes electric. We stopped at the supermarket, couldn't find any booze. So I bumped into a guy that I actually met once working at A&E Leisure, which was perhaps a 1 in a million. And he said, oh, there's a beer shop up here. So he took us to this beer shop, directed me. I left Lisa behind with his wife. And it was basically on some residential estate. A guy's basement that had like crates of beer. So I bought 2 crates of San Miguel. I thought, well, you know what, we're going to be here for a little while, so I'll just buy 2 crates of San Miguel. £80, £80. So, you know, well, I suppose it's contraband. It's just one of those things. Let's have a look at the campsite. Swimming pool. It's not heated, but I can imagine if it's 30 degrees, 33 degrees, 35 degrees. It's nice. There's a clubhouse there. I'm not sure how much that gets used or has been used. Pictures are quite nice. So we've gone opposite the couple that I recognised. That's a restaurant, the ocean. There's a swimming pool there. We just missed call to prayer. We've got the awning out, but it's concrete base, so we're not going to be able to get the awning down. We have to put the awning in every night, which will be a bit of a pain, but it's just one of those things that. We're going to have some chicken noodle soup and some bread that we bought from the Medina in a cellar for dinner, so Well, that'll be nice. We'll update you tomorrow. See you in a bit.